All right, here we have an adult male Dwarf Caiman that we raised at Nerd. We've raised this along with a few other ones from babies, and they are a very gnarly looking animal with big giant teeth and crazy eyes. I mean, they really do have a pretty scary look to them. It's, you know, because we look at this and we think of, you know, big crocodiles and stuff like that. So actually they max out around 4.5 foot. And these are close cousins to the smooth front Caiman, but these are really great. And so we've raised these guys friendly. And the way we raise them friendly is from a baby, we just work with them and we establish trust. And as adults, you basically, you know, you treat them well. You never tape their mouth shut. We always free handle them. And so over time, from being a baby, they've learned to trust us, and they've learned, you know, to associate us as part of their environment. So we're living within, you know, the limits of what we can do with them. And if we manhandle them and mistreat them, we're going to have an animal that's not very tractable. But you can see Andy isn't doing much at all. The animal looks very small considering how big Andy is. But very, very wonderful animals. We're going to show you the babies in a second, but they're just great. And they're used to being touched and all that. And I've had these guys for, I don't know, 12 years, more, yeah, maybe even close to 15 years. And biting is really, we don't get bit by them because, you know, they're just wonderful. All right, let's go switch to babies. Andy, you got a phone call too. All right, we hatched out 11 little babies of these guys. And you know, we basically started with those other ones as little imported animals, and you never get to really play with, you know, true captive born ones. So these are just little babies, several months old, and it all started from something like this. Hopefully the camera is zeroing in. And what you do is you establish trust. So this little guy right now, he's just acting like what he's supposed to. He's at the bottom of the food chain. So in the wild, any kind of wading bird, a fish, any other dwarf caiman or anything like that are going to eat it. So literally everything wants to eat it. You know, even a snake, whatever. So they know to be afraid and fearful. So in captivity, we basically, if we treat these guys well and with respect, we don't do anything to them. Have a little baby fit. They're just like little irrational children. And you slowly convince them that jumping out of your hand is really the good thing to do. But you convince them that there's nothing to be afraid of. We're not going to hurt them. And you actually even get, I believe you get some imprinting. This is all just, you know, nonsense behavior. They're spazzing out as they panic. These guys are wonderful. So someday, these are all going to grow into these wonderful adults. We incubated them so they'll all be girls. We love these guys. It's just like, you get so much of a crocodile in a little package, and of course that little noise makes them that much cuter. So remember, appreciate animals for what they are, not for make-believe fantastic stories. Here we're showing you Dwarf Caiman that have, you know, a reputation of being ill-mannered and a bit unreasonable, and the reality is, you know, I raised them from little babies, and I proved that you can raise them friendly. My Dwarf Caiman are friendly. These little guys will be the same. As long as I always treat them well, and my employees and people that deal with them treat them well, you can have these wonderful animals, and they make excellent stewards of, you know, the rainforests and these tropical places, and get people to think about, you know, what is actually going on and what kind of animals live out there. So anytime we keep, you know, pet reptiles and we show other people, you know, if we're giving them reasonable information, we're educating them and we're spreading the word about how wonderful reptiles and herps are in our lives.